Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Please forgive the tape, but I know it looks alarming, but we're getting ready to do a look with one of the 5-pan eyeshadow palettes. I debuted those palettes because we're starting our line of Color Elation cosmetics. We're starting small, and I debuted 4 of our 5-pan eyeshadows and 3 of the pressed blushes. Well, since then we've added 2 new shades of blush, and they're gorgeous. So hopefully you'll see us not only here on YouTube, but on Facebook, Instagram. They've been everywhere. And I want to say thank you to those of you online, on the different forms of social media and in public. We just did an event this weekend and had some wonderful response. Thank you all for your support, your prayers. We really just appreciate all of you. So getting ready to debut this, or to do a look with this, but I did do a video where I brought all of those colors out, and I'm going to try, in my limited technologically skilled self, put a link to that in the description box. So if you haven't seen the colors, and I swatched them so you can see them on my skin, and you can pretty much gauge what they'll look like on yours. So I want to start with one of the real darlings of our line so far, and that's Tickled. A lot of women tell me that they love Statuette because of the beautiful golds and bronzes. There are some of you who are color daring like I am, and so you love Regal, you love Jazz. But I think Tickled, I want to start off with it because I think it's just right in the middle. It's daring, but it's still earthy and conservative and so wearable. So I'm going to show you one of my favorite ways to wear it. So let's just go ahead and get started. In the interest of time, I went on ahead and did the foundation, did the powder, did the contouring, the whole thing. So we're going to start off with Henna, which is a shadow single in our line, and I absolutely love this as a bridge color. So I'm using Fluffy Brush, and we're going to go ahead and just apply that. And if you've been following me on YouTube, you know that 99.99% of my videos, I use henna as a bridge. It just works for me. Another beautiful option would be a burgundy. Would be really pretty with Tickled because it goes into the pinks and the plums. But henna is just this beautiful matte cinnamon that just almost disappears on my skin. A little goes a long way, but it blends so beautifully. And for me, it's just the perfect bridge color. Okay, so we're trying to get that on real quick. And we'll come back if we need to, but I kind of like that intensity. Okay, so I'm going to probably take this shade right here. Is usually what I also like to apply right with henna. So I'm going to take my e.l.f. brush, just to add a little plum tone to that. Kind of mix those two shades together. And this shade has a little bit of shimmer, so I really don't want to use too much because I like the matteness of the henna. Okay, and if we need to, we can come back and play with that a little bit more. Now, going back to the palette, I adore this kind of pinkish, this is an interesting color. It's pink, it's coral, it's different. And I like to apply that right on the lid because I like that pop. So let's take, I've used this brush, this poor brush. Look at that. It looks toe up, but it is really one of my favorite brushes because it really just lays, I can just pat the color on. So I'm going to take Max Fix Plus or any equivalent that you have. Dampen that, and let's go in. And I'm going to leave the inner corner empty. Now, of course, when you dampen this, you foil it so you get that beautiful sparkle to it, and you also intensify the color. So I'm doing this kind of quickly. And that's what's really so beautiful about these shadows. You have the option. Putting them on dry, of course, gives you the more subtle intensity. You may find that some of the colors in the palette, you really want them subtle. But then with the dampened applicator or brush, the color just goes boom. Okay, you can probably see the boom on there. I really love the way this looks when it's dampened. A brush, a brush. I need a brush. Here we go. Yeah, that's good. Look at that. So small like that. And you know, because I have no sense, I'm going to go ahead and dampen this one too. And then you kind of have an option here. I may just go in with this pink. I wore this palette yesterday, so I think I might just go in with this pink. But that is a very lovely color for highlighting, but also in the inner corner, that just adds even more of a contrast. And it's those, well, you know, I'm talking myself into it. Maybe I should use that color. You know, I'm going to use that color. I'm going to use that color. Yeah. I've never used this color solely for this, so you really get this contrast. But that pink is so beautiful also. This goes on me more like a really soft shell pink, extremely soft. That would be really pretty for evening too. That's pretty. I think this makes a great highlight shade. You hear my phone going off? I'm sorry about that. Normally I don't put my phone in when I'm taping. And then I had to change venues because one time I had the backdrop with the door in the back, and wouldn't you know, my husband came right through it. That was, at the time it wasn't funny, but now I had to, of course, edit that out. But I've learned to laugh about that over the years. Okay, so I'm going to go back with this e.l.f. brush, and we're going to take the deepest plum shade, and let's go ahead and smoke out that corner. In the upper lid, and you can see I'm kind of going in a little bit here. And this is where I like the tape, because, you know, I stopped using tape. I used to use tape all the time. If you look at some of my earlier YouTube videos, I was taped up every time. And then for some reason I just stopped. I guess I just ran out of tape. And I never bought some more, and went on for months not using my tape. I'm not quite sure how this is coming out on camera, but in person I am loving this. I really am. I did it just a little bit differently with that inner color. That I normally don't do. I usually use that pink, but I really like this. Okay, so let me get my MAC palette, because I have to get Wedge, and Wedge is right here, and take this just to get that top part done. I like this. I like this. And let's take the Lancome pencil and let's do the inner eye. And then for underneath, what should we do? Please forgive me, I'm contemplating. That's nice. That's nice. How about Urban Decay 24/7 and Crave? It's is that a black? It looks kind of plummy. That could be a black. You know what? No, I don't want that. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Let's do 24/7 and Roach. Let's go with dark brown. A plum would look very pretty with this, but we're gonna fix that in a minute because we do need to set it. Okay, so we set that in kind of a darkish brown, but I'm going to get a small brush. Okay, we can take that. It's not too small. Well, let's go back to this one. Let's go back to this guy right here. I think it's okay. And then I'm going to go in with that plum that we did earlier just to set that color. Okay. All right. And then from this point, if you want to, you just, you know, before you achieve that final look, you can go back and just balance these colors, add a little bit more of that coral, maybe a little bit more of the shell pink on the inside, but that's just laying the basic groundwork. And so let me get the mascara, the falsies, the whole thing, and we'll do the lip color. All right, so to finish this look, I lined in Max Fluid Line in Great Dame. Beautiful dark burgundy. Black would work, but I really like the plum with this. And then, of course, my 747 M's, my absolute favorite. So on the lips, I'm going to take MAC's Night Moth. And then I'm going to take the City Colors City Chic Perfect Nude Lipstick number 3. And we carry these on the site. And it's beautiful nude with a pretty rich warm pink tone. And I'm going to top that with the Ulta Butter Balm in Belle. And I think that complements that nicely. Now, finishing touch, let's blush. So we're going to take Color Elation Pressed Blush in Fuchsia, and a little of this goes a very long way. So here's my Lancome blush brush. I just want to keep up with that pinkish tone just a little bit. The rosy brown would look pretty with this also. Okay, guys, that is it. Thanks for joining me on this quick look. Let me see if I can come through on those eyeshadows one more time. And I'm really glad I was able to apply that wet. I really like the way it pops that color. And again, I really like the inner color also, really brightens the eyes. Guys, thanks again for joining me. Remember, the pressed eyeshadows are made for long wear. They are crease resistant and they last my day, and they are cruelty and paraben free. If you have any other questions, please feel free to contact me at colorelation@hotmail.com, and hope you can visit the site and enjoy some of these wonderful products. And I don't think I've ever said this. If you do purchase something, please feel free to send us a selfie. Love to see you in the colors. And in the event we had last time, we were able to sell some items, and some of the ladies gave these wonderful selfies, and I'd love to put them up on the site if I can get your permission. If you don't mind, send them to colorelation@hotmail.com. Guys, thanks so much. Stay blessed. Have a wonderful day.